All right, well, the top dresser's not working. All right, guys, we are back at it today. Yesterday, I core aerated the entire lawn, and I wanted to give a big shout out to Brandon from Turf Culture for letting me borrow his Turfco aerator. That thing's got a split drum in the back, so you can maneuver it almost like a lawnmower. It's way easier to use than those traditional big drum aerators. So big thank you to Brandon. That helped out a ton. Punched a ton of holes in the yard last night, and then this morning I went and picked this up from our local rental shop, and we are just going to top dress this entire area with about 4 to 5 yards of masonry sand to give me around a 1/4 inch, maybe a little bit more than the 1/4 inch of sand. Just give me a nice top dress over the entire yard. And then I do have a drag that I'll use to just kind of spread it out a little evenly if need be. Since this is a broadcast top dresser, it's going to be a little tricky. It's going to more than likely just get in the streets and the sidewalks, so might have a bit of cleanup to do afterward. Since it's not the type of top dresser that just drops it straight down, the material straight down. So, but this beats doing it manually for sure. I think the hardest part for today is probably just going to be just continually loading this top dresser up with the sand. But without further ado, let's just get right into this.
A few moments later.
All right, so unfortunately the top dressing machine is not working. It's not spreading the wet sand very well, and they told me that I shouldn't fill it up past the tops of these, and I went a step further and I wasn't even filling up to the bottom of these crossbars, and the conveyor belt inside was just not even moving. It was just slipping the entire time. The only time it started to move is if I had like 1 or 2 shovelfuls. So at this point in time, this is just a waste of time to try to mess with. I'm not even going to bother, so I'm just going to resort to dumping piles around the yard and just spreading it by hand. Fortunately, I have the equipment to do that. I have a drag to help me with all that, but I was hoping to be able to use this to make the process that much easier. So let's just get into this sweaty, long, hot day. I was at first making piles and then planning on knocking them down and spreading them out that way, but I didn't feel like I was spreading the sand evenly, and I didn't want to have too much sand in one area than another, so I just ended up filling up the wheelbarrow and then spreading it shovel by shovel, and that ended up being just fine. I have about a yard or so worth of sand left, and now all I'm going to do is take this drag and just pull. I'm going to walk with it and go throughout the yard. I was going to use my neighbor's zero turn to pull it, but the ground's so soft that I don't want ruts being put in it. So I'm just going to pull it around the yard and smooth everything out, and then if I see areas that need to be touched up with a little bit more sand, I got some extra to do that with. So let's get going. Alright guys, that's pretty much a wrap on this video. I have a few more spots I need to touch up with the sand, and I'm going to go over this the lawn a few more times with this and the drag mat. But overall, the bed is prepared for the sprigs. That drag mat did a really good job of just getting the initial stuff down in the grass, the dead grass, and then this rake that I also borrowed from Brandon did a really good job of just kind of fine-tuning things. By no means is everything completely smooth. There's more top dressings in my future as this Bermuda grows in and once it matures as well. So this will be the last video until we are sprigging, and looking forward to getting those sprigs and finishing this project up and watching the grass grow. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.